Hi there, my name's Alby if I haven't met you before, and welcome to this video. What I want to talk about in this video is this little fella here. He's the elephant in the room. The question that everybody asks when they see a business for the first time online, or they've seen this business, is this a Ponzi scheme or is it a scam? And it's a fair question because there are literally millions of people online that are preying on newbies, and they're just bottom-dwelling, substrate-sucking organisms, the lowest of the low, and they're relying on a steady stream of new people that have no understanding on what a scam looks like, the complexion of a scam or a Ponzi scheme, and to take advantage of those people. It's a despicable act. I haven't got enough bad words. This is a family-friendly channel, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what I think of people like that, and certainly what I think of schemes that take advantage of people knowingly. Now, I've been online for nearly 12 years, and over that time, I've been ripped off, I've been scammed, I've been involved in Ponzi's unknowingly, or because I was new to the online world and I didn't understand the complexion of these, nasty schemes. So what I thought I would do is, first of all, run through what is a Ponzi scheme, and then match that up with the LikesXL business, and let's just sort of compare apples with apples and look at what a Ponzi scheme is side by side. And I'm going to show you some examples of some overt Ponzi schemes, things that I was sucked into when I got online for the first time, and I'm going to show you what the difference is there. So I'm just going to drop myself down into the corner here, and straight up we've got Wikipedia here, where it defines a Ponzi scheme really simply. Let's just read it out together. A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment operation where the operator, an individual or an organisation, pays returns to its investors from new capital paid to the operators by new investors, rather than from profit earned by the operator. Let me just pull myself back up here again. So what a Ponzi is, by definition, and it was named after a guy called Charles Ponzi, who had the biggest Ponzi back in the day, and they thought they'd name it after him because he was so good at it. Basically, if you want to get paid out of that particular scheme, you've got to wait for the next person to pay money before you get paid. It's a cash flow negative business. A good business, a well-run business, should be a cash flow positive business, which means that if all operations cease as of right now, everybody, creditors, people that are owed money, should be able to be paid from the money that's already been generated, not from the money that's going to be generated tomorrow. That is the definition of a Ponzi scheme. Now, when people put together a Ponzi scheme, they knowingly go out and they do that. They will entice people with a high return. Generally, there's no product involved, and they'll offer you incredibly high returns, 20% per day, those sorts of crazy things. But they're relying on new people coming in. And as soon as not enough new cash flow comes through, then that Ponzi scheme simply collapses or it disappears. I'm going to show you a couple of real classic examples. And these are the sort of businesses that are preying on newbies when they come online. I got sucked in, and let's just head straight over. Let me drop myself down here again. Now, if you jump in to Google and you punch in HYIP, what HYIP stands for is high yield investment programs. Now, otherwise known as, we call them hypes, for obvious reasons. Now, these hype schemes have things called monitors, people that actually watch them, and they'll actually tell you how long they've been paying for. Now, the reason they do that is because they know that there's a finite end to how long these Ponzi schemes will be paid for. Now, they're not promoted as Ponzi schemes, they're promoted as high yield investment programs, and they specifically prey on people who don't understand how these things work. Now, here's some classic examples. Here's a whole list of out-and-out Ponzi schemes. Look at this, and I'll even tell you how long they've been paying for, 800 to 1200 days, and I'll guarantee you that they are absolute lies, all those numbers there. Look how many there are. There are literally millions and millions of these high-yield investment programs out there just preying on newbies coming online, promising high returns. Let's go over and actually have a look at one of the websites. This is one. Now have a look at this website. Nice and shiny, looks polished, but as we go through, just start to read this. Founded in 2012 by someone called Nathan Specialist, investment. I mean, the English is terrible. Now, in 2016, our company opened to public Bitcoin because we need investor to get best profit together. Terrible English. The reason it's terrible English is there's probably some Nigerian scam or someone who hasn't got a good handle on English just preying on the English-speaking world, people from affluent countries, to try and suck people in. And if you go through this website, they'll actually tell you what they're offering. Look at this, 128% after a one-day period, 240% after 5 days, and 300% after 7 days. And people pull out their calculators, because I did the same thing, and you can work out that after about 4 weeks of investing in this and compounding your money, you can retire and live happily ever after. Unfortunately, what actually happens is, after a certain period of time, and some hang around a little bit longer than others, you'll go to log in one day and they'll no longer be around. There'll be no trace of them. These guys are professionals at what they do. These guys will come again in another iteration. Absolutely disgusting, low life as far as I'm concerned. They are classic Ponzi schemes. There's no product on offer. They deliver nothing. So guys, stay away from these, okay? I'm warning you, stay away from these. Don't get sucked in. They're terrible. And there's, as I said, there's literally millions of those online. Right, let me just pull myself up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare, because I have had quite a few emails with people who are obviously pretty new online saying, oh, LikesXL looks like a Ponzi scheme. You know, it's the first, because it's a word that, you know, it's a good defensive word, and they've heard the word Ponzi. Many people will understand what a Ponzi is, but they don't fully understand this model called the revenue sharing model, which is what LikesXL is based on. Let me just explain how revenue sharing works, and there's going to be a link to a video under here which will explain the LikesXL business. Now, one of the things there's an old saying, you know, all that glitters isn't gold, but the opposite can also be true. There can be some little gold nuggets hidden in some of those websites that actually don't look too good. I mean, if LikesXL was pitching itself as a, you know, veiled Ponzi scheme, you'd do a lot better job to build that website to lure in more, you know, sophisticated investors. The website is pretty terrible at this point. I know they're working on it. It really does not look like a professional website, but it's a website that works, and there's some really smart business minds behind it, and they're continuously improving it. It's only been around, I think, for 5 months now, and I believe in the next few months it's going to look fantastic, but it certainly won't have all the shiny, hypey things that these high-yield investment programs have, because it's a genuine advertising platform. How revenue sharing programs work is, I want you to look at that video underneath this video here, and it will explain exactly how the LikesXL income is generated. But to make it really short and snappy, LikesXL has a lot of people who advertise on their platform. So basically you need to view 10 ads per day to activate what they call public relations packs. And a public relations pack is simply you buy some advertising from LikesXL, and you can point them to a website or a product or something else that you might be promoting. You don't even have to have your own product. We can show you where you can find products that you can make money from with the advertising. Get 800 views to your website for €50, but for that you need to view 10 ads per day, and you'll be paid 20% over a period of time. At the moment it's taking about 3 months, 3 or 4 months. So you'll be basically paid your initial €50 back plus an extra 20%. The extra 20% is paid to you because you have committed to viewing 10 ads per day, which the RevShare company gets paid for by their advertisers. Now in LikesXL scenario, they have some Fortune 500 companies. They've got Pepsi, they've got Disney, they've got Coke, they've got Nike, I think Porsche, I think is involved. There's about 300 different companies involved in advertising. They pay LikesXL very good money for you to view their ads. And what LikesXL does is they, every 30 minutes, they will divide their profit between all their active members. That's people that are viewing the ads, depending on how many PR packs they've had, out of the profit that they're making from the companies that are paying them to advertise their products. So it's a cash flow positive business, and it has a real product, probably the most in-demand product online, and that is web traffic. Okay, if you're new online, you probably won't understand all of that. That's why you probably should watch that video under this video here. So let me just pull up a Word document here. I'm just going to run through some of the features of LikesXL, and you can compare that with the high yield investment programs or the Ponzi schemes that are out there. Remember, a Ponzi scheme relies on paying you from money from the next person that's being involved, the next member. Okay, it's a cash flow negative business. Let me pull up this spreadsheet here. I'm going to drop myself down here again. Okay, so is LikesXL Ponzi? Let me just run through some of this. People buy services which are offered on LikesXL. The same products on other websites, you will have to pay a lot more money for web traffic. Now I can rattle off a whole range of different websites where you can buy website traffic, and I know I've been buying traffic for years and years. The traffic you buy on LikesXL is extremely well priced in the marketplace. It's extremely competitive. It's a real product. You get real traffic. It's just a great model and a great product that they've got. There's no need to purchase anything. You can literally join up with LikesXL for nothing, and you can actually refer other people and make money just from referring people without paying any memberships or having to pay for a startup pack or anything like that. You can actually make money just by referring people. It doesn't cost you a cent. Now the compensation you get, which is your return that you get on your public relations pack, which is 120%. 100% is the money you get back, the 50 euros plus 20%. You are paid back $60 for every, 60 euros for every 50 euros you put in because of the profit sharing program. So the compensation is only rewarded on the sales of services, which means it's cash flow positive. They will not pay you out of money they don't have. They'll only pay you for money that they've received from their advertisers. We've already covered the pricing for the advertising there. It's equal or less than the market value. Very competitively priced product. And the commissions you earn today come from the purchases of the service today. Now, I can't stress this enough. This is what differentiates a cash flow positive business from a Ponzi scheme. Remember, Ponzi schemes cash flow negative, relying on funds coming in tomorrow to pay for people who need to be paid today. So just to make it really simple, if LikesXL closed its doors today, they would be able to pay every outstanding account that they have because they're a cash flow positive business. The other great thing is that they have a government appointed Swiss trustee which handles all the funds. These guys do not like to get involved with Ponzi schemes. It should make you feel great. That is probably one of the key, should be one of the key things that trigger a positive frame of mind about this business, is that the government Swiss trustee is handling all the funds. Now, one of the things that people have said to me is, well, how come some people make a lot of money and some people fail? Well, that's life. I mean, you tell me any endeavor in life, in sport or in business, some people make it, some people don't. And it's got a lot to do with mindset, work ethic, talent, skill, ambition. That's exactly how it should be. I mean, this is a pure free enterprise system that we work within, and this is a pure free enterprise business. So let me just run through some of the other features of LikesXL, which just may be of interest to you as well. We've talked about the government appointed Swiss trustee handling all the funds. Already mentioned the fact that we have corporate advertisers from Fortune 500 companies that bring in that revenue, which is how they're able to afford to pay you an extra 20% on your purchase price for your PR pack. There's no cap on your daily earnings. You can earn as much as you like. In fact, the only limit there is at the moment is you can only withdraw $10,000 a day in commissions. Now, at this stage, nobody's actually achieved that level yet. I certainly hope to achieve that level very, very shortly. But if you can't live on $10,000 a day, I feel sorry for you. I really do. There's no sponsoring required. If you just purchase PR packs, you can actually compound every 30 minutes. You're paid on those PR packs from the profit that's made within the company, and you can compound those. And I'm going to make another video on how powerful compounding is. I think it was Albert Einstein that said compounding was the seventh wonder of the world. So Very, very powerful. There's a point system as well, just as a little side thing where you can accumulate gold, like physical gold, where they'll send you a gram of gold, which is embedded in a credit card type of card. Fantastic, just a little incentive. All the funding is made with MasterCard or debit card or credit card. There's no payment processors we don't do with PayPal or Pazer or STP or any of those guys. In my years online, they have just been an absolute pain to deal with. Love the fact that they just wire your commissions directly into your bank account. It's fantastic. As I said, you get paid every 30 minutes. So from starting this business, within 30 minutes, you can start seeing money come into your account. And you can, as soon as you accumulate 100 euros or more, you can have that money dropped into your bank account. And of course, you've got the great traffic. When you buy a public relations pack, you simply just get great traffic, which you can point to another product or service. So the question, I guess, is LikesXL a Ponzi scheme? Well, absolutely not. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's a wonderful, wonderful business model. I love the revenue sharing model, because it is a pure free enterprise model. Let me just go back here and pull myself up in front here. I love it because it's fair. It's based on the law of effort and reward. If you put in a huge amount of effort, you'll be rewarded. You don't need to sponsor people. If you want to sponsor people, we have a fantastic sales funnel which is already created. You can plug straight into that. I'll teach you step by step through videos on how to market. Tell other people. You don't have to go and bug your friends and family. I hate doing that myself. We call what we do reaction marketing. People will come to you through the marketing techniques that we use, but you don't have to. You can just simply purchase public relation packs for as little as 50 euros. You can get started for 50 euros, or you can just start up an account and you can refer other people, and it won't cost you a cent to actually get started. Anyway, I hope that clears up a few misconceptions and clears up a little bit about this little fella here, my little mate, the elephant. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email back, or shoot one of our team members an email back. We've got a very active Skype room that we're all involved in. We have a full training system when people get started with us. You know, we like to put our face to our name. We don't hide behind the anonymity of our computer, because we believe in what we're doing. We believe it's a fantastic product, fantastic business, and my personal goal, as I mentioned many times, in the next 90 days is to make this $100,000 a month business. And if you'd like to get on that train and join the ride with us, then jump on now. It's leaving the station. Jump on, because we are going hard, we're going fast, and we're going continuously. And we'd love to have you on the journey with us. So take care. Hope to see you on the other side. This is Alby Costa over and out. Bye-bye.